Hey guys, this is Mr. H. Hey, I wanted to do a couple of examples of how you would complete the square, or at least part of the process of completing the square. I'm going to make two videos, um, and I'm going to do about 4 or 5 questions. So this was in this one's in the multiple choice section. So if you didn't, even if you don't know how to complete the square, you can graph this, find the solution, and then go to each of the answer choices and also graph those and see which one has the same solution. That's another way you can do this. But so I'm going to show completing the square. So completing the square is basically a way to solve quadratics by figuring out what a perfect trinomial is. So like the very first thing you want to do is you want to take the constant and you want to move it to the right-hand side of the equation. So whatever the constant is, you just take the opposite and move it to the other side. So we're going to have x squared minus 10x equals a positive 13. Now, here's the key step that you always have to do in order to complete the square. Whatever the linear term or the x term is, you always want to take half of that. So in this case, it's a negative 10. So you're going to take a negative 10, you're going to divide it by 2. That's going to be a negative 5. And now, in order to make a perfect trinomial, you're just going to take a negative 5 and square it. So that's going to be a positive 25. So that's what we're going to add to the equation on both sides. So I'm going to add 25 to this side. And whatever I do to the left-hand side, I also have to do to the right-hand side. So I'm going to add 25 to this side. Now, the reason that I'm doing that is now I have a perfect trinomial on this side, and I can factor it this way. So x minus 5 squared, that's equal to this. And if you want to, you can do the multiplication x minus 5 times x minus 5, and you should get this if you do the algebra right. But anyway, so I just rewrote this, I factored it, and this is going to be equal to 13 plus 25, which is 38. So the step that we would use in the process of completing the square would be the first one. So I got this as a perfect square. Now, if I really wanted to finish this, I would take the square root of both sides and then get x by itself. I'm going to do that in the second video, but for now, I just wanted you to show you the step where you got to make the perfect trinomial. All right, now I'm going to do another example. So this one, number 15, I forgot what exam this was from. Same thing. We're going to start by writing the quadratic equation. Again, if you wanted to, you could just graph this, find the solution, and then go to your answer choices and graph it, find the solution, and find the one that has the same solutions. All right, but we're going to complete the square. Again, first thing you're going to do is move the constant to the other side by doing the opposite. So we have a minus 33, so the opposite is adding 33. So now we're going to have x squared plus 8x equals 33. These cancel out. That's why we're doing it. Now, again, we're going to take the middle term, the plus 8, and we're going to divide it by 2. So that's 4, and then we're going to square it. So that's 16. So that means we're going to add 16 to both sides. And now we have a perfect trinomial. Perfect trinomial. And the reason that we're doing this is now we can factor this. And the way we're going to factor it is just going to be x plus 4 squared equals 33 plus 16 is 49. So our answer, the answer for this would be this. Now, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Now, if we wanted to solve for x, what we would do is we would take the square root of both sides. And because this is a perfect square, that's easy. So over here, taking the square root, these are going to cancel. So you're just going to have x plus 4 on this side. And on this side, it's going to be, whenever you take the square root of a number, it's always going to be plus or minus. So it's going to be plus or minus 7. And now the last step that we need to do is just move the 4 to the other side. So it's going to be x equals a negative 4 plus or minus 7. So that means we have two answers. One of the answers is going to be a negative 11, and the other answer is going to be a positive 3. That's it. Now, you could get these same answers by using the quadratic formula or graphing it. So I just wanted to show you this is how you complete the square. All right, I'm going to stop this. I'm going to post it. And I am going to do two more questions, and I'm going to actually go through all the steps again, showing you how to complete the square. All right, I'm going to sign off.